You never see it come back. You said that my mind is too fast for a ride.
The last episode was so short compared to the one before it. What you do is I intend to also get back to Let's Play Island the visual novel. Had a strange dream. If I had to sign up in one sense, I'd say it was half a monster. Actually, more like a zombie. Something too gruesome for words. Something not from this world. These movements were sluggish. I could probably have escaped had I tried. The man in my dream didn't make any effort to escape, though. Help me. He couldn't save her either. Please, Setsuna. He only had one choice. Kill me. Here's the knife he was holding. What a revolting sight. It's grotesque. The water touched with a 10-foot pole. It almost looks like it's begging for my help, the way it's twisting its limbs. Heart felt painfully. But I can't turn back now. Stealing myself, I stretched out my arm. Gotcha! Then pick up the centipede with my bare hand. Oh, it bit me! Quick dropped it into the cage and closed the lid. Ugh, these are starting to swell. Are you Setsuna-san? I turned toward the source of the voice to see a certain child maiden holding a butterfly net. She speaks to my cage. You finally caught one. Never mind that. So look, it bit me. We get the serum. Really, that is venomous. Turns out inside cage of West Centipede, which is a catch. Escape. I know what it's about, remember? Well, did you catch any? Jaws is completely empty. You don't want the net, but you haven't caught a single bug? That's pathetic. What behavior be always? Then give that to me. It's wasted in your hands. Please don't put me around me. Actually, just off centipede. It's really icky. Why am I always catching bugs to girl who can't even stand them? Well, I suppose I did promise to help yesterday, but I didn't think she really meant it. Well, no good harder than at this rate. As you plan to use them to curse me to death, alright? I'm sure there's some more worthwhile ways of spending my time. Look at the heavens of despair, I thought I spelled something interesting. Maybe sorry, perhaps to the net. Oh, Reiki, it's Reiki! Just whack you in the head with the pole of the butterfly net. Just grab hold of it and take it from her. What's with me? Now can't there something again? Wish she'd be quiet. Just watch. So she stretched the net towards one of the nearby trees. Got it! Then he said it fell into the net and started to saw. Look, it's stag beetle. I don't know which species, but it's gotta be a rare one. Look at the size of it. That's stag beetle? You never seen one? Oh, I've seen a real one. It's also reads out for the beetle. Then she's about to touch it. It's so super creepy. Want me to let it go then? I should have waited a little longer. So she's interested in it. I'll put it in the cage. The birds are free to take a closer look. Okay. Cyborg squat down and peered into the cage. What do you think? Isn't it big? It's harder than I imagined. You've never seen one before? Look, you just think? It's good as long as you know how to handle them. Here, hold it by the neck like this. Do I touch it? Experience is the best teacher. There aren't many bugs that have such nice glossy shells. Oh, it's hard. Ow! It hits me in the back of the head. Go right shoulder. What are you making Sarah do? Connor's standing there, face bright red. Yeah. Huh? See? So she has the wrong end of the stick. Well, she might be showing this little girl here in the middle of the woods.
いや、それは。
No, it's a bit early to be foraging for mushrooms, isn't it?
ちげえって、んなこと考えてねえって。
Said it was hard. What do you? Said so now. Why are you so dumb? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You said I don't mind showing you the famous mushroom that grows on Mount Setsuna.
いらねえよ。いじり寄ってくんな。
Hey, still feel bad to me like that. There's nowhere for you to run. I see him side as the approach Karen. Not like zombie I saw a dream. That zombie I recall how the dream ended. Karen draws a butterfly knife.
切り落とされてえのか。
You're 7? I'm sorry, I'm just a little kid. Please forgive me. I'm single sided after all. But I'm sure one day I'll have that little spirit.
逃げました。節也さん、クワガタ飛んでいっちゃいました。
Hey, Susan, the thing who way? This nest, these aren't very agile fight. It should be able to get far.
はい、頑張ります。
Okay, I'll try. Sarah shuts off with the butterfly net. Oh dear, so she tripped over the hem of her skirt.
平気です。
Oh, okay.
それよりクワガタは。
Oh, leave me to go. Watch the little shrine frolicking grounds with this shriek homing.
つか、なんであんたとサラが虫取りなんかしてんだよ。
Who's our drink had bugs in the first place? I promised to help her yesterday. It's crucial meet again, so I trust I want to stay on the island. So I still have to kill me, this will tell you what trouble she might cause me. You have no idea. I'm not sure what exactly best buddies now. I think it's stay bucket is right boss a little closer.
で、私との約束は
What did you promise to me? I promise?
あのな。
Hey. What, isn't it already? Look up and notice how much higher the sun has climbed. Stop blazing papers down on us.
たく、姿が見えねえから登ってきてみれば。ま、どうせ足を伸ばすつもりだったけどよ。
It's kind of because I couldn't see you in there. So I guess I kind of fancy you, but it's a stretch.
で、リンネはどこにいるんだ？
So what's your name? About that. Maybe back to what happened last night. I am getting somebody's hand at it. I thought I'd be awkward to run into her this morning, so I just stuck out. Sorry, she said no.
そっか。ま、仕方ねえよな。
I see. Oh well. Though she shrugs it off, Karen looks a bit put out. I can't understand why. I'm sure she would prefer to have a girl or an age around instead of being stuck with me.
見てください、節田さん！捕まえました！
Listen, I caught it. Oh, well done, Sarah.
すっかり仲良しだな、お前ら。
It's the best place now, huh?
あれ？お姉ちゃんいたんですか？
Huh? Girl, where'd you come from?
今気がついたのかよ。
You just noticed me?
すみません。ちょっとクワガタで忙しかったので。
So I say we can be preoccupied.
私はこの虫以下か。
Must you than a bug? Ray turned her down, and now Sarah's ignoring her. She's really said that about to Karen out. Don't worry, Karen, I still love you.
はあ？あんたは一人で木に砂糖水でも塗ってろよ。
I'm not sure what the trees over there.
ほら、サラ。これいつもの。
Yes, so here you go.
ありがとうございます。助かります。
This really helps. Karen has Sarah a pair of bags, similar to the one she bought yesterday. Is that like her daily fix?
変な言い方するんじゃねえよ。サラの好物なんだよ。
So, this is Sarah's favorite. Let's see. Buttering up with daily jewelries or favorite sheets. That's how you win affection. Okay. That's what Sarah has stuff with Karen. Kinda jealous. That's not why. Alright, now I just have to figure out what it is that Sarah likes. Okay, should I care for you?
いえ、
Okay?
平気です、これくらい。
Thank you, but I'm fine. Don't go stranger. This is the heavy this is your best guy friend.
なんだか気持ち悪いです。
Yeah, you're kind of creepy. Apparently, snatched the bag out of the old woman's Sarah's hands. It's so heavy. What the hell's in this? Shall I just carry it back to the shed?
あ、はい、お願いします。
Yes, please do. Yeah, put the bag down on the kitchen counter. I knew this was a secret. There's the bag over. I take a careful peek inside. Oh. Corn? Not candy corn either. Whole cows of corn. Husk still attached. They filled with them. As before, for the corn festival. the joke. I don't want to repeat it. I've done it more than
え、
once.
これからせつなさんとデートなんですか？
Oh, you said suicide today?
デート？ちげえよ。あいつはただの財布だ、財布。
As if. That's also a meal ticket.
ずいぶん薄っぺらそうな財布ですが。
Otherwise, not. Really, silly over here. Fairly unpleasant conversation.
でも、二人きりでお出かけするんですよね。
Whose house are you?
リンでも来るはずだったんだよ。でもせつなのやつ、断られたらしくてさ。
I was shut down. Okay, I was totally shut down. It was supposed to come on too, but still I got shut down when he asked her.
誘っていないという可能性は。
Do you think he invited her?
お姉ちゃんは純粋すぎます。せつなさんは最初からリンネさんを誘っていないとは考えないのですか？
You're so naive. You didn't agree that me and Susan was never actually planning to Renee along too?
だから、どうして？
Why wouldn't he?
お姉ちゃんと二人きりでデートするためにです。
Who wants to go on a date with you? The hell? You have faith in me. I invited her personally and she totally rejected me.
言ったんですか？盗み聞きとは油断できませんね。
Back here, see out the super. So Scout me the way detective might look us back in the middle of interrogating. Why is she so wary of me? Well, I suppose it's still a step up from the nice little where she was giving me yesterday. I was already need to prove my innocence.
せつな、まさかあんた私に下心があって。
So just have what's your motives.
最低ですね。
You are the worst. Not gaining any affection, I'm losing it. I need to hurt things around. I need to hurt things around. Karen, do you feel comfortable around me?
それは。
Seriously, he turns away from me, her face bright red. Looks like I'm still in with a shot.
論外に決まってんだろ。生まれ変わって出直してきやがれ。
No question, real life creep? Of course. I'm waiting for the line you'll be saying to me eventually, and I'll be very happy to, oblige at that point.
それでは話もまとまったところで、毒虫集めに戻りましょうか。
You done currently catching bugs?
早く生まれ変わるためにも。
Yeah, but a little sooner. She looks rather too pleased about that.
じゃあな、せつな。あんたには虫取りの方が似合ってるよ。
The bug catcher book suits you. The other ones are pretty off mood again. What to do?
ばあちゃん、私黒豆あんみつ鬼盛りで。
First, Titanic size back with Joey's, please.
私は焼きとうもろこしをお願いします。
Girl, help me, please. I need up here. Oh, whatever. I'll some shaved ice with. I was there with the honey.
はいはい。ちょいと待ってね。
Alright, give me a moment. We arrive at the tea house. We'll go. The horse so grand that Christmas on the side rather than the Bohemian legend. Good times aiming for the caves. Eves tinkle as a sway in the wind.
デートではないのであれば、私がついてきても平気なはずです。
Really, this family take long.
それに、
Besides, Charcoal's eyes for because still pondering some profound question before opening them again.
ここの焼きとうもろこしは絶品なんです。
The good point to do here is the best. You watch what you're doing. Just wanted to have some corn? In this house? Or something sweet?
焼きとうもろこしは自分で作るのが大変なんです。
Try to do good corn on my own. Oh, I wish I managed to rid of those unfounded suspicions by my intentions, and I would wish them by catches. Now I could do it on stone. Karen, we could have saved ourselves a lot of trouble. We didn't invite Sarah in the first place.
うっせえな。できりゃあんま外で空と会いたくねえんだよ。
So I want to see you to go Sarah too much. Aren't you friends?
いわゆる家庭の事情というやつですよ。
Yes, yeah, this video kinds is complicated.
そういうことだ。
What she says. Oh yeah, does that have to do with that balded bastard? The Grandos and the Kurutus are two of these families of Hiroshima. I'm sure that relations between them must be complicated, especially considering how insular this island is. All the same though. That's stupid.
まったくだよ。
I know, right?
同感です。
I agree. Times are changing, these two represent a new generation. You had to be a shooting behind times to still let yourself be bound by a family name.
詳しく 聞かねえのか。
Any else details? No, like seeing the past just back up again, do they?
過去をほじくり返しに来た人の言葉としては意外ですね。
Dude, that's a cool mind. Just right, it made me contradict myself. Time follows the past to the present and on the future. It's all one-way traffic. Really change futures by changing the present. If you want to change the present, you have to change the past. If you create the past, there's so much separating me from the old time, which confused with global grudges and half-family feuds. So I focus on changing the present, not the past.
それが過去を変える行為だと、先日も忠告したはずです。
Anyway, she doesn't about the same thing. I warned you about that yesterday. The present is probably as certain as the moment we're in right now.
未来から来た刹那さんにとっては、今が過去です。
We're moving into the past.
またその話かよ。頭がこんがらがってくるからやめてくれよ。
Hello again. Can you quit already? You're giving me a headache. Right, to be honest, I don't really know what I'm saying myself. Heads grinds to a halt. It's also gonna be a sidelong glare. No, they should try to figure me out. We'll change that. I better what brings ruin. I know the answer to that already. If my accident is disaster, I should regret it in the future. I can travel back to the past again to kill my past self, clean myself from wreaking havoc. Me. Whatever you want. Yeah, I can settle the score, I don't know whether I was right and what I've done. But as things stand, nobody knows what the future will bring because time moves in one direction.
つかタイムトラベルとかありえねえから。
Anyway, time travel was impossible. Hey, don't try to cool in a monologue.
過去に行ったり未来に行ったりできるんだったらさ、この時代に未来人や原始人が来てるってのか？
Go to the past and future. Lots of more time towers kicking around. So right here, I'm from the future.
あんたはどっちかっつうと原始人の方だろ、精神的に。
That's what I mean. Ugh.
大体どうやって時間を移動するんだよ。机の引き出しにでも入んのか？
Do you have to pick police box? That's a reference that I get. That's a reference that I get, but I don't think my main character might not get that. How do you manage to travel to anyways? You got a police box get knocked around here somewhere? So obviously she just wants to win the lottery with me. It's not gonna get easy this time. You'll get a huge lecture on the logic under being time travel assisted after all. And what was it again? Yeah, back to the past. You see stick to planet Earth in a giant microwave.
はぁ？一人でターンテーブルの上で回ってろよ。
That wasn't even remotely close! Huh? Let's finish this over yourself. Maybe it's not a bit off. A bit? I mean, it's like when you heat up frozen noodles in the microwave and they get blasted with all these radio waves and works out faster than cooking them normally. Makes these have been totally erased. Do you recall something I'm not supposed to talk about? How are you so otherwise?
もしかして相対性理論と電磁波ですか？ということは。
There are many ways in the theory of relativity. In that case, I'm sorry we would brush up my crappy explanation, whoever she is.
まさか
Oh, I get it. Oh, so a confused understanding.
時空心を起こすというのですか？
No! Hey, Chronoquake? Just as clever as possible for me to keep up. Chrono what?
時空心。今私が名付けました。
Chrono guys made the name up. I don't really know what that is, but it sounds cool.
要するに、この宇宙全体が超高速で振動する現象のことです。
But this hypothetical phantom was the entire universe is made to oscillate at the speed of light.
時空心が発生すれば、この世界は過去へと遡り始めます。
Chronoquake to actually clear all this to send it back into the past.
つまり、時空心を発生させつつそれを回避する。例えば、シェルターのような装置がタイムマシンということになります。
She would cause such an event, but somehow escape its effects by hiding in a shelter of some sort. For example, you'd essentially be a creative time machine for herself. I really have a feeling that Cohen was saying something similar. So it is, Karen. Got it?
で、そのタイムマシンはどこだよ？あんた全裸で転がってたんだろ？
So it's time she goes. Did you go to the beach butt naked? Must have been slipped out to sea, I guess.
服は？
And your clothes? I took the mouse so I wouldn't drown. Yeah, show us how it went down. Nope.
ナノマシンとは考えられませんか？
What nanomachines? So I should explain that in slightly simpler terms. Matt and I were both told on these.
あんたと一緒に住んじゃね
Don't live with you. Do you know what she means then?
え。だから言ってるだろ。タイムトラベルなんてありえねえって。
This sounds impossible. You're not even trying to wrap your head around it, are you?
ああ言えばこういう。
Will you shut up, will ya? So why did you exchange pityingly before addressing us again with serious expression?
ナノマシンとは人間の体内などで動作する極小サイズの機械のことです。
These are always capable of operating inside the human body.
刹那さんの体内に取り込まれ全身に行き渡ったナノマシンは細胞レベルで時空心に対する防壁を展開した。
As you enter your body, it might protect you from the effects of a earthquake.
だから生体以外はタイムトラベルできなかったんです。
They really put nothing else on you. That's it! Like, who's behind the future? That's so cool.
だからそれは時空心ってやつが起こせたらの話だろ。
It's all a giant what if, isn't it? If you have to actually count this earthquake thing, after all. She's right, the whole analogy story may be a little far-fetched. But it's also true that a time machine wouldn't necessarily have to be one single device. I know most of my earthquakes generally behind the future along with clothes.
私はあんたを置き去りにして早く帰りてえよ。
You should do that before it gets first too late. Like leaving you behind hanging out home. Always feels like this when we broach something a little complicated.
確かに、たとえ未来の技術をもってしても、人工的に時空心を発生させることは難しいでしょうね。
It is easier to calculate officially. His hours and future are at your disposal.
では、時空心は常に自然発生していると考えてはどうでしょう。
You have one in practically fading chance of that happening. What if we're going to naturally?
例えば、こうしておしゃべりをしている、今この瞬間にも、
Maybe not now, as we speak. What do you mean?
時空心が発生すれば、時間は巻き戻ります。
Your time reverses itself.
ですが、宇宙全体が巻き戻るがゆえに、私たちの誰もその発生に気づくことはできないんです。
Let's talk this one back for the entire universe. We would have to really know what's happening. That's it! It's happening countless times already. That's so cool. See how that, Karen?
はい、お待たせ。あんみつのかき氷、それと焼きとうもろこしだったね。
You know, sorry for the wait. Beans, you always say that's a good corn on the help, right?
お、待ってました。
Oh, nice. Karen cries out in excitement. She's obliviously more interested in time travel. Well, I'm more supposed to have behind it myself. Let's take our mind out for now and reach out to grab my shaved ice. I'll freeze when I catch sight of the old woman. She's wearing a white headscarf, concealing the right half of her face. Skin peeking out from underneath is pitch black and seems to be festering. She looks like a mummy, or a zombie, or escaping from the land of the dead. Sarah wasn't noticed my reaction as she whispers in my ear.
バイモン病。この島のお年寄りに多い病気です。
Soup white syndrome? What time that showed up? What was this gonna become a thing? So time it showed up. The soup white syndrome. Also, a lot of people on the island suffer from it.
大丈夫です。空気感染はしないと言われています。
Don't worry, it's not airborne. But that Sarah takes her corn from the old lady as though nothing's wrong. So she's right into it. First of all, Karen, it seems like she's breathing up as well as instead focus on her bowl of jelly.
カレンちゃんにサラちゃん、ずいぶん久しぶりだね。元気にしてたかい？
Karen-chan, Sarah-chan, want to see? Have you been?
まあ、ぼちぼちだな。お、マジで鬼盛りじゃねえか。サンキューばあちゃん。
Yes, those portions were used satanic, thanks.
おばあちゃんは具合はどうですか？
Hey, been,
そう
ma'am.
だね。また最近痛むようになってきて、太陽の下には出ないようにしてるんだけどね。
This is important, no paying attention. Let's remember. Though the old supervisors that acted up again, maybe. Can't have to go out in the sun at all, of course. Out in the sun?
ちゃんと医者には言ってんのかよ。
Is he talking about it?
おお、本土の人間は苦手でね。
Which way supposed to get all the mainlanders now?
今度森先生は島の人間じゃねえか。
Is there more super rum around here?
そういえば先月、今度から新しく看護婦さんが赴任してきたとか。
We hired a new nurse the other month and she's on the mainland.
なるほど。たく、相変わらずだな、ばあちゃんは。
See, now you interchange, do
そう
you?
だ、サラちゃん。またいつものやってくれるかい？
So much more to usual?
はい、それでは。
Hey, here goes. Sal puts her good horn to one side and lays her hand on the old woman's horribly inflamed skin.
痛いの、飛んでいけ
Pain, pain, go away. Was it supposed to be some kind of spell? Or a scam?
ありがとう、サラちゃん。ずいぶん楽になったよ。
Hey, Sarah, I feel a lot better now. The old woman smiles admirably. It's hard to look her in the eye, though, when she's hideously deformed.
それにしても、二人揃った顔を見るのなんて5年ぶりぐらいかね。
Let's see, good 5 years since last time I saw you together.
確か最後に来たのは半年くらい前だったと思いますけど。
We just came here 6 months ago.
おいおいばあちゃん、またボケが進んでるんじゃねえか？
Yeah, I see that, are you?
そうだったかね。とにかくあんまり顔を見せてくれないから寂しくてね。
Just what did I say? Better it was, you really busy. It's been so lonely.
悪かったな。実はここんとこ金欠でさ。
So they're pressed for cash.
でもこれからは大丈夫だ。いい財布を見つけたから。
I'm right here. Look at how wrong that this way. Nice new meal ticket. Tries his attention towards me. The old man turns to me for the first time.
まあまあまあまあ。
My. Oh, this didn't get too close.
まあまあまあまあまあまあまあ。
My. What are you eyeing me up like that?
久しぶりだね。
On Tennessee. We've never met before.
何言ってるんだい。ばあちゃんの顔忘れちまったのかい？
You mean have what I look like? I don't think I usually forget a face like that.
あの頃と全然変わらないね。せつなちゃん。
Hey, business, Sean. Huh? Do you know me?
昔はよく二人でかき氷を食べに来てたじゃないの。
Yes, all the time with that girl. That girl?
ほら、あの帽子の女の子。名前は何だったかね。
The old pet. What's her name again? She was talking about. Eh?
ああ、そうだよ。リンネちゃん。
This one for Nathan. Can't be. I mean, it's our first time visiting this place. Could I have come here before and forgotten about it? No, maybe my mind is full with thoughts. There are countless possible explanations. Even if what she says is true, something's right with
あん
me.
なに仲良かったのに、今日は別の女の子二人も連れちゃって、せつなちゃんたら女ったらしだね。
You so close, and yet now you're here with not one but two different girls. You have always been such a son. Why didn't Renee tell me? Why did you tell me you never met before? I can tell you why. I'm not going to. It didn't bother me ever since I first arrived. Why did Renee decide to hire a specific guy from me to serve it? Why did calling me so soon stop me in my tracks like that? What was this exactly, man?
そうだね。今からだいたい。
Still back from today, the woman counts on her fingers. One by one, she sends the digits of her hand.
5年くらい前の話かね。
It's about 5 years. What if I really was on the island at that time? Just who am I?
いや、5ヶ月前のことだったかね。
Wait, maybe it was 7 months ago?
おいおい、せつな。ばあちゃんのボケ話を真に受けたってしょうがねえぞ。
Let's jump into the nice stories. Try to slip back to reality.
島にお前みたいな変人がいて、私たちが知らねえわけねえだろ。
There's no way like you lives on the island without me knowing it. Then how does she know my name?
ばあちゃん、よくこいつの顔を見てみろって。どうせ人違いだろ。
Leave someone else. Take a look at his face, ma'am.
おかしいね。
Huh? Strange. Oh, and piercing my face again. Right eye partially covered by the headscarf. Scratched with disease.
よく見たら見覚えのないお兄ちゃんだね。
You're right, of course, look, I don't think I know this lad. Hey? Don't scare like that. Put my hand on my chest in relief. But the doubt that was inside me had disappeared. In fact, it's only growing larger. What if it's going to swallow up my identity? Who am I kidding?
ありゃ、溶けかけちまってるね。作り直してこようかね。お詫びに鬼盛りにしとくよ。
Yes, message. I'll get you a new one. I'll make you the proper tag version by the apology. He's above bouncing ice back into the shop.
あ、焼きとうもろこしの追加もお願いします。
Is it from the cop as well? His face is white. She's working her way through all that form. It hurts. The tag started to shake ice turned to be a big bucket, filled the brim with ice and syrup. Running through that thing was pure torture. How was such a massive finish of ice? Remember, it's impossible to finish. I'll bet that car just help me out one at the end.
かき氷なんか選ぶからだろ。あんみつならいくらでも食えるのに。
Joe told her she ice. It was Joe you could use such on buckets of it. You might. Just looking at that Titanic Joe was not giving me heartburn. Joe is so much prettier to look at. It's like snow.
雪。ねえ。
Snow, huh? Carmen raised her head and looked up to the heavens. The sky is bright and blue, and today was fluffy columns of cloud. There's probably absolutely no shadows over here. Oh, the sun's way face down on us. It's the peak of summer. So hot today. It's only walk to the ocean and go for a swim.
泳ぎゃいいじゃねえか。そこら中海だぞ。
The ocean's right there. Oh, that's true. Actually, didn't Renee say the beach is private land? Maybe it's private land? Alright, let's change our scissors to get home and be up in front of Renee's place.
どこの小学生だよ。つうか、私たちはこれから仕事だ。
Hey, we have to get to work. Ah, stop being not working at all. How about tomorrow?
今日と同じ。午前は補習、午後は仕事だ。
Jake, that's work in the afternoon. You're always wearing either school uniform or May outfits, so that's the problem with it. What's wrong with the swimsuit?
どっちも制服だ。あんたと違って人生遊びじゃねえんだよ。
They're both uniforms, I had to wear them. I haven't got time to put them on with like some people. I'm sure Renee will give us a day off if we asked.
その分バイト代が減るじゃねえか。
What's the day's pay? Swimming in the ocean with a high school? That's priceless. What's the stink guy? Our place is an idiot.
つか、どうして私と一緒に行くことになってるんだよ。
What did I do with you? Did you invite me?
誘ってねえよ。
No, as if. Alright then, I'll invite Sarah. Hey Sarah. Wait, she's gone. Look back and notice her dawdling along some distance behind us, stuffing her face in multiple corners she brought to take out.
あれ
Yours? Nothing. I'm sorry to bother you. You're obviously busy. Is she hiding through corners waiting for her son in that getup? Shelf stuff. Shelf sweat beat her cheeks. Apparently she's too proud to incorporate them all. It doesn't come down with heat stroke.
確かにこの暑さだからな。
It is scorching today. Karen has also stopped to look for Sarah for a moment. Quietly mutters.
仕方ねえな。
Right then. She raises her head.
よし、明日はみんなで泳ぎに行こうぜ。
Karen will be together.
学生生活最後の夏休みだからな。遊ばなきゃ損だ。
They stood in the waist for the whole time working. That's like Karen.
あんたのじゃねえよ。いいか、サラは私が説得しておくから、リンネは今度こそ任せたぞ。
And you're anything anyways, I'll just Sarah along. You make sure to bring Renee this time. Inviting her too? I recall the pain of last night.
当然だろう。休みももらわなきゃなんねえんだし、抜け者にはできねえよ。
But ask her for days off anyways, it means that we were out. I suppose. Still not convinced, but I not anyway.
めんどくさそうな顔すんなって。私よりあんたの方が親しいだろ。
Don't want that face. Wasn't her than me, right? No, that's not the problem. There must be a reason why Renee refused to join us today. That bothers me. Hey, Karen.
どうした神妙な顔して。
What's that green book? That soup white thing. Did the old woman say something about staying out of the sun?
ああ、やっぱ本土から来た人間には珍しいか。
Oh yeah, because a man like you under you wouldn't know. True. Wait, I don't come from the mainland. What's the future?
どっちも同じようなもんだよ。
Same difference. Totally different!
同じだよ。本土の人間を毛嫌いするこの島に未来はねえからな。
You don't know great furious whole of an island. There's a real measure of spite behind her words. When Karen claims there's a future, I've insisted that is where I come from. She's working her butt off to beat the island. I'm doing all I can to stay here. Think about it, there are lots of reasons for her to hate me and all I stand for.
少しトウモロコシの話をしていいですか？
Oh, you guys have it? Corn? Sorry, guys, up to us having finished her cow corn. Oh, we're in the middle of a serious conversation here.
バイモン病の話ですよね。
What's the question, virtue? What's that when I see the cold look in your eyes?
本土には同じ漢字でススモン病という病気があります。
No, this is a copy of leaf blight.
トウモロコシの葉に灰色の斑点が入り、やがてそこから全体が黒く枯れていく病気です。
That's the outer leaves of the corn plant. First, grave weeds start appearing, and then eventually the leaves turn black and wither away completely. Shading the outer of corn disease, and it doesn't seem to be nice to me most so much.
この島のバイモン病は本土のススモン病が語源だと思われます。
The term soup blight syndrome is thought to derive from leaf blight.
島を訪れた本土の人間がまるで植物のように枯れていく島人の姿に恐れをののき、そう名付けたのではないでしょうか。
Either Shia from the mainland came to fear that diseased islanders who looked to them like withered plants. That's how they came up with the name. Like withered plants?
バイモン病は最初、皮膚にできる小さな斑点、バイ
So
モンから始まります。
I heard this the first symptom of soup blight syndrome.
進行速度には個人差がありますが、バイモンが次第に増殖、融合し、皮膚を侵していきます。
The rate at which it progresses differs person to person, but the lesions eventually go bigger and emerge, ultimately covering the entire skin. And then,
やがて全身の皮膚が硬化し、死に至ります。
sin harms and you die. One's face flashes in front of me. Her entire body would be consumed by that disease. No, I don't even want to imagine it. Is there a cure?
ありません。
No. Pretty quick answer. Once you have the disease, it's over. All you do is wait for death's embrace.
この島にのみ存在する風土病で、原因も解明されていません。
So as soon as the damage is signed, its cause is yet to be discovered.
ただ経験的に症状の進行を遅らせる方法は分かっています。
And that they have successfully experimented with ways of slowing down its progress. You can imagine a conversation with the old woman. I have an idea of what that might entail. Maybe getting out in direct sunlight, right?
その通りです。人間の肌は太陽光にさらされると日焼けしますよね。
Actually, people get exposed to sun, their skin tans, right?
日焼けはもともと肌を守るための自己防衛機能の一種なのですが、それがバイモン病を進行させる引き金になってしまうのでしょう。
Tan is really a defense mechanism designed to protect the skin, but it helps show the progression of soup blight syndrome. It's pretty ironic. The mechanism intended to protect you should trigger animals like that.
ただ幸いなことに、バイモン病は過去の病気になりつつあります。
Fortunately, I think of the past.
ここ10年ほどは新たな発症者は確認されていませんし、症状もごく軽微なものが多く、日常生活に支障を与えるほどではありません。
In the past 10 years, and many of the disease sufferers have fairly light symptoms. They hear them in their day-to-day lives. It's just another positive / textbook explanation. The cause of the disease is unknown, and there's no cure, but the number of cases actually decreased? I know why, but I can't tell you why. It just be a coincidence, consequence of the path has a time, but
私たちの次の世代には完全になくなるのではないかと言われています。
to complete the spirit of that generation. There's nothing to worry about right now. The self that I'm trying to with is though just to get that badge in my head.
なわけねえだろ。
That's bull. Karen?
んな簡単にいくかってえの。
You think it's that simple?
人が木の葉みたいに枯れて死んでいくんだぞ。それを見てあんたはどう思う？何を感じる？
What else do you remind when you see people showing up like that? With their way of plants? How does that make you feel? Can't answer that. My silence has zone that.
恐怖だよ。
身もすくむような恐怖だ。
Scary, that's what. It feels you stiff with fear.
昔の本土の連中はさ、今から何百年前だか何千年前だか知らねえけど、とにかく昔の奴らはバイモン病に恐怖した。
I don't know those guys came out here from the mainland, but I'm sure that super systems scared them half to death.
この島の人間に恐怖したんだ。
What terror those islanders? There's no cause or cure. But how long ago it was, it's easy enough to guess. The mainlanders would have resorted to in their terror.
島の人間は自分たちの身を守るために本土との行き来を禁じた。
People were sure to cut off all kinds of the mainland to protect themselves.
生き延びるために閉じこもることを選んだんだ。
Just to fight for their own survival.
私は別に当時の島の人間も本土の人間も責めるつもりはねえよ。当然の行動だと思う。
They the mainlanders or the islanders were in the wrong. They know what they did to make so sense.
けど時代は変わった。対処法も分かって病気自体も減ってきた。
Times changed. They know how to deal with disease now, and the number of cases has dropped. Now, thanks to the flow of time, belongs to the past.
だってのに、この島の連中は今も何も変わっちゃいねえ。
All this hasn't changed a bit, though.
島を出るなだの、本土の人間を島に近づけるなだの、あの日の恨みを決して許すなだの。
They still insist we can't leave the island, that we shouldn't even talk to people from the mainland. They refuse to forget this ancient grudge.
挙句の果てには、お前たちの次の世代まで我慢しろだが、
Now, the church is together to keep it up?
叫んだってんだ。
That's bullshit. You want to eradicate completely. But this grudge of theirs is too deep to disappear. And the islanders feel obligated to pass it on. Otherwise, children brought up the honor of their parents' grudges will pass them on to their own children as well. End up in the blood like a hereditary disease.
この島はもう終わりだよ。救われっこね。
So it's over. Nobody's gonna save it. And this girl's about to be crushed right away from the past. She's about managing now. She should settle down here on the island and get married and have children and grandchildren of her own. She'll walk too. And then she'll tell the following generation to remember the past. Is that why you're trying to leave? Just go outside the island before she goes to be up to like awful.
悪いかよ。
Huh? You don't want that? Nope, it's not wrong. It's a valid solution for the problem. But it won't be easy. It's not just a financial issue. It's very difficult to build a fresh life in a new place, throw away everything you once had. It's a miracle that I've been able to settle down here on the island. Usually it's not that simple.
見てろよ。私はやってやる。私は自由になってやる。
I'll do it, just you watch, I'm gonna be free. What does it mean to be free? Free from the past? You make decisions about the future? Does that entail cutting all your ties and living only for yourself? What about Karen's really trying to run away from?
来るつけは、親父の代で終わりにしてみせる。
Her exaggeration is his family's last. The Rusus, why were she with two families? Is that how Karen's to escape from?
御三家が生まれた背景にも、バイモン病が関係していたと言われています。
There was even a connected to the issue Super syndrome.
かつてバイモン病に対する迫害が激しかった時代、三つの家が立ち上がり、混乱したこの地に楽園を築きました。
Out of suffering, oppression thanks to the disease, three families took charge and out of the chaos built paradise.
今となっては神話の時代の話です。
So I head back in the time of legend.
それぞれの一族は特殊な力を持っていました。
Each town had their own distinct powers.
クルツ家は地を割り、この地を島とし、本土との交流を禁じました。
The Rusus divided the land, split Hiroshima from the mainland, and prohibited all interaction between the two.
小原家は海を割り、貧しいこの島に海の幸をもたらしました。
I'd rather see you bring us blessings to the island.
そして私の一族、ガランド家は、病に侵された人々の体を割り、病魔を追い出したと言われています。
The Rwanda family divided the bodies of the ill, driving the pestilence away. Quite the tale.
伝承、つまり島に伝わるおとぎ話のようなものですから、一部の老人たち以外は信じていません。
Elves might be wiser than you think. It's kind of a mythos, a question of folk tales handed down on the side. Nobody believes them except for some of the others. I see. So thinks You use newspaper powers on her?
あんなのはただのおまじないですよ。
No, that's just a charm.
私にはおとぎ話のような不思議な力はありません。
Their powers, not in the legends. Sarah provided their sad she was those words.
もちろん一部には史実も含まれていると思われます。
Most words have some basis in reality.
クルツ家は島を統治するために政治を取り、オハラ家は自給自足のための仕組みを築き、そしてガランドー家は祭事を仕切っていたのでしょう。
The Cruces have always governed the island, while the O'Haras have long ensured self-sufficiency, and the Grandos have always been responsible for the island's religious needs.
どれも今となっちゃ終わった役割だよ。
But now those ones are done with.
島人に威張り散らすだけの町長に誰も寄りつかなくなった神社が、それから
I made such a tin-pot dictator, or shrine nobody prays it anymore, and I just really managed was pretty much like a haunted house.
ま、そういうことだ。
Yeah, that's the gist of it.
この島が楽園だったのなんて遠い昔の話なんだよ。
I've been in kind of Paris for a very long time. Disease brought tragedy and the two families flourished because they used it to their advantage. The threat has faded, but the old family bonds still remain, and the power of the only destiny to decline. Sounds rough. It's the late 20th century. Two other people with superstitions all over the world. When a community like this is on the verge of disappearing, there's bound to be a degree of friction between the two who remain. They have any enemies nor anyone to blame for the way things are, but they'll keep on hurting each other until it eventually leads to their downfall. If I save the world, I have to solve all these problems.
噂をすればか。
Speak of the devil. Juan Carrensky is a house for a bald and bopping down the road.
サラ、親父だ。
So that's my dad. Carefully shoves into the saw behind her back. Feel even that bright red. I kind of saw isn't easily hidden.
カレン、お前がサラと一緒にいるのは珍しいな。
Carlos was used to use that saw.
うるせえな。ちょっと立ち話してただけだよ。
Hey, Dad, we're just having a chat.
そうか。仲が良さそうで何よりだ。
So, I see you seem to be getting along. You're squats down today, he said Sarah's eye level.
サラ、そろそろ考え直してくれたかな。
Sorry, have you considered your decision? It sounds so tricky, it really makes my hair stand on end.
何のことでしょうか。
What could you possibly mean?
何度も言っているだろう。そろそろ家に戻ってこないかと。
I know, we've been always plenty of times, haven't we? It's about time you moved back home with us.
何度もお断りしているはずです。それに、私の家はあの神社です。
Thought I'd made my answer clear. I don't plan on ever going back. The shrine is my home.
あんな電気も通っていないような場所では何かと辛かろう。
It's up you over there. You don't even have electricity.
去年、近所の方に発電機を設置していただきました。
It was kind of so generator for me last year.
そうか。それは知らなかった。
And so, what's the matter with that?
困ったことがあればすぐに言ってきなさい。できる限りのことはしよう。
If there's anything else you need, I'll do whatever I can.
お心遣いありがとうございます。
Thank you for your concern. Mary's surly voice is creepy enough, but Sarah's blunt refusal of his offer bothers me even more. Hers is the kind of mechanical one that means only when all emotion has been exhausted. It's reminiscent of how she addressed me when we first met.
おっと、君もいたのか。確か。
Oh, you're too? What did they? Pretty else than more side of the rules. Setsuna, Senzakai Setsuna.
そうだった、切なく。仕事はあれから順調か。
Right, Senakun, how's your job going? Fine, thanks.
ならいいんだ。島に不老者が増えると治安上問題だからな。
That's good. The vagrants are a menace to public order. And this guy says manages to piss me off. He must really hate me.
気分を害してしまったならすまない。君のような人種を気にかけるのも町長としての仕事だからな。
It's a pity, but as mayor, I try to keep an eye on people like you. It's your duty to look after the islanders, certainly. Should be realize what I mean by that. You just know that I'm not about to buckle under the pressure he's putting on me. Not leaving anytime soon. Let's get worked up, I'll be putting right into his hands. It's probably records that if I snap, he's got to kick me off the island. Sorry for causing you worry. I'm doing fine now. Things are perfectly uneventful, peaceful.
しかし見たところ、昼間から子供と遊び歩いているようだな。
So you play it through the afternoon, isn't that right? I just spot that. Too much to right when
子供ってのは私のことか。
kids talking about me. Yeah, I also got cars just wish to start arguing that I am. At least when the mayor's involved. Man, she's hopeless. I actually had the afternoon off work today, so I was enjoying a leisure date with the young lady.
はあ、何言ってんだあんたは。
What are you talking about? That is what we're doing, is it? Or are you still too young to be dating? Karen draws a back cuts through her head, apparently unsure of quite what the expression pull, but pointed at the mayor.
ああ、そうだよ。デートだよ。なんか文句あった？
Yeah, I was rewarded today. What do you say that, huh? Now the mayor sort of looked shocked and appalled. When Chow steps up and down and insists that they're no longer real kids, all the more proof they are not grown up. If you want to convince people that you're an adult, you have to do it so through your actions. As you see, I'm leading a very fun life, both personally and professionally. It's all thanks to the wonderful environment you've created for us here in the island, Mr. Mayor. He just goes redder and redder with anger. The bald head looks like kind of a boiled egg.
伝説にたがわぬ七条馬だな、貴様は。
She's so much, just look at the legend. With that incomprehensible parting shot, the mayor huffs and turns on his heels. A few meters down the road, he turns around and faces again.
カレン、門限破りは承知しないからな。
Karen, don't you dare break a curfew.
べー。
Karen pulls a medicine raspberry in response. Like the more to say, the mayor shrugs his shoulders and plods off. Job, Karen, looks like he's having a lesson.
何言わせんだよ。あんたとデートしてることになっちまったじゃねえか。
Oh, what's that about? No one's actually dating. Relax, it's so... Hey, probably something to do with the child, besides because you're thinking about things like this.
けどよ。
But, you know... Karen's in her feet chokes on her words.
刹那さんは田舎の恐ろしさが分かってないんです。
Listen, I don't understand how best to be out here in the countryside. What do you mean?
明日には島中に噂が広まっていることでしょう。
Really, I will have heard the rumors by tomorrow. Ugh.
1週間もすれば婚約したも同然の扱いを受けることになります。
Usually, I won't be until you actually already engaged and married. What?
家に立派なタイやエビがたくさん届くんです。そうなればもう後には引けません。
There was nice to see you bringing all the soup they could catch around to your house in celebration. Let's get to the point, there's no turning back. Karen, let's break up.
付き合ってもねえよ。
Maybe everyone else.
まあ今回の件に限って言えばそんなことにはならないでしょうけど。
I think I should have far in this particular case. Yeah, I don't think the mayor's gonna run around screaming about me and his daughter.
そうだよな。そうに決まってる。そういうことにしとこうぜ。
That's right, you wouldn't do that for yourself now? Maybe the other islanders do get the wrong idea, we'll practically be married. Things are that bad out the sticks. By the way, what was that you just said about legend? I never came in about me? Monitor, but that's kind of embarrassing.
例の御三家にまつわる伝承ですよ。
Let's do with mythly families. Mythly families? How they brought peace to the island? What does that have to do with me?
伝承には3人の女性と1人の男性が登場します。
There's this on 3 girls and 1 man.
その名は小原凛音、クルツカレン、ガランドーサラ。
I don't like where this is going. These are Harvey, Christy Karen, Grana Sarah, and... Huh? Are those names of the 3 girls I've met on the island? In that case, could neither of them have possibly be...
そして三千回刹那。
It's like I said to them. I know it doesn't refer to me, but my body stiffens the moment the name is used.
御三家では伝承になぞらえて生まれた娘に彼女たちの名前を付けることが多々あったようです。
So it's not a coincidence. Got it. It's tradition for the 3 families to name their daughters after the girls in the legend.
同じ時代に3人が揃うことは珍しいですけどね。
It was sure for all 3 to coincide the same generation.
らしいな。
Yeah, apparently. Sarah and Sarah changed classes. It's very fairly saying there are 2 girls who both share their names and figures of legend. But I guess it's the same for me too.
今となっては 伝承も断片的にしか残っていませんが、知っている人は知っていると思います。
Rose wouldn't have survived today, but there are people now who know it inside out.
特に老人や御三家に近い家柄の人間であれば、
Actually, Edward knows closer wages to the three. So I tried to look him straight in the eye.
刹那さんの名字はリンネさんがつけられたんでしたよね。
Don't took that name, didn't she? Yeah.
きっとリンネさんも自らの名前の由来を知っていて、同じように刹那さんに伝承になぞらえた名前をつけたのでしょう。
I'm sure his son knows the origin of her name. She probably chose yours to match. That makes complete sense. It also explains why the old man at the tea house called me Setsuna. To say the same name of the character of legend, the old woman in her seniority must be confused with another mythical character. Leave me a thing. She was referring to the Setsuna of legend. No, she wasn't. So what kind of guy was this Setsuna according to the stories? She wasn't a kernel of circles behind the myth. He's still arrested. He must have done something pretty terrible when people in the present to remember his name. I wonder, what did my historical namesake do? Sorry, remained silent. I shoot Carl a queer look through his eyes. Is something that's better from said?
いえ、調べればすぐにわかることです。お話ししましょう。
You can find out for yourself rather easily.
この島に伝わる秘伝物語を。
There is on the story of tragic love, which is set on this very island. All its characters bring very familiar names, though the actual stuff is placed in the distant past.
時はまだ世界に神や魔物が跋扈していた時代。この地が本土の一部だった頃。
These were God's ruled and evil and rapids, and it was still part of the mainland.
物語の主人公は刹那という一人の青年です。
There is such a literature, the potatoes of the story.
刹那は人知れず、小原凛音という少女を愛していました。
So she grew up with a girl named Harvey.
真剣に聞いてください。
Please pay attention. But I can't help but think of her when you mention that
こ
name.
れはあくまで物語です。フィクションです。実在の人物とは無関係です。
Lies. This story, word of fiction, notification with actual purpose to be inferred. I know, go on. So I take a deep breath and returns to the
そ
story.
して凛音もまた、人知れず刹那を愛していました。
But I should go sooner too.
刹那さん。
Okay, no need to give me that look. I'm trying to listen properly. Carl's already turned back to us even though her name hasn't come up yet. Suppose it'll appear soon
し
enough.
かし、二人の関係を知ってしまった者がいました。
Oh, some found out about the relationship.
それが、クルツカレンです。
That person was Kurusu Khan. Oh, there she
もうや
is.
めていいですか？
Do you want me to stop? No, I can't stand here paying. I was telling you the whole
そ
story.
れでは、
Right. Sorry, lose your tail.
カレンは、二人の関係を快く思いませんでした。
Khan didn't approve of the
な
relationship.
ぜならカレンも、刹那のことを愛していたからです。
Because also Setsuna. Oh, Khan's shoulders are shaking. So I didn't catch that part. Could you beat
カ
it?
レンも刹那のことを愛していたからです。
Oh, that was Setsuna. One more
カ
time.
レンも刹那のことを愛して、
Khan's on
わ
one.
ざとやってるだろ
They did it on purpose. Oops, just angry.
先に進めてもいいですか？
Hold on. Hold on. Can you spell exactly what Khan loves? Why Khan loves Setsuna?
もういい私が手っ取り早く話してやるよ
So maybe it's supposed to taste.
カレンは魔女に頼むんだ。なんとかして二人を引き裂いてくれって。
Perhaps we should take two of them up.
で、魔女は二人に呪いをかけた。
So just have curse on them. Oh wait, I think you slipped over something. I don't really follow. Why would Khan's only want to set them apart? Just how in love with Setsuna is she?
愛してねえよ
I'm not. We're not talking about you. Well, when Khan decides, Setsuna really didn't really do anything wrong, did
し
they?
てたんだよ。
Actually, they did. I didn't really like that.
刹那とリンネの二人は、血の繋がった家族だったんだよ。
So they were blood. Their family. What?
今も昔も、近親相関は禁忌とされています。
It's been then, just as now. Yep.
もっとも昔は、小さな集落では、黙認されることもよくあったそうなのですが、
Earlier still, might have been tolerated to some extent, especially in small settlements, but
だからといって、公に認めてしまえば、その集落はいずれ滅んでしまいます。
this became public knowledge, it would ultimately bring ruin to the community.
カレンは、 集落を守るために苦渋の決断をしたのでしょう。
It was a decision, but Karen did to protect the village. What kind of curse is
魔
was
女
it?
はリンネの顔を二度と誰にも愛されないような化け物に変えました。
They showed Ray's face and that a monstrous beast that the girl might never begin to
そ
love.
れを苦にしたリンネは自らの命を絶ってしまいます。
What anguish from Ray's side to take her own life. That's awful. What if the curse ever loose on Ray and story has standard soup bite syndrome? If that's the case, the story is probably intended to explain the origins of the disease.
一人残された刹那はサラの助言を受け、魔女の住む島を目指し旅立ちます。
So Sin asked Sarah for advice, and she told him to travel to another island where the witch was said to dwell.
私はサラはこの島を守るために呪いを受けたリンネとセツナを島から追い出したって聞いてるぞ。
So I know Sarah bastard for Ray and Sister for the
そ
island.
のあたりは諸説あるようですね。何せ古い伝承ですから。
These are several versions of the tale. It's been handed down since the memorial, after all. The story gets embellished depending on who's telling it. That's how it goes in the
魔
folk
女の
tales.
住む島にたどり着いた刹那は魔女と契約を交わします。
See, I was out of the kind with her.
魔女はリンネがこの世に再び生を受けることを約束しました。
This promise would be made back to
そ
life.
して二人が結ばれた時にこそ呪いは解けると。
Said that if two were united, they're supposed to be
しか
lifted.
しそれが何十年後になるか何百年後になるかは魔女にさえも約束できませんでした。
But it seems to how many decades, how many centuries that might
刹
take.
那は自らの時間を止めるために氷の中で眠りにつき、その日が来るのを待ち続けることにしました。
It was time for himself. Suicide into deep sleep in case life to wait for age you were born. That's important too, remember that.
氷の中からこの世を見つめ続けた刹那は長い時を経るうちに三千大千世界の森人と呼ばれるようになりました。
So much of the world was icy then, he eventually became known as the guardian of all the cosmos, explaining the weirdest ring of his name to modern Japanese ears.
以上が三千回刹那の伝説です。
The goodness, that kind of sits in it. To be honest, I don't really get it. Something about it doesn't feel right. I guess because it's so open-ended. Did it have a bit after?
少なくともこの島に伝わる伝承の中では語られていません。
The best down here and now it doesn't say.
もしかしたら口伝されていく過程で失われてしまったのかもしれません。
Well, the father shows lost the question of this mission.
でも私はこう考えます。
I'm so interpret it this way.
これは輪廻の運命を背負った少女と彼女と再び巡り合うために刹那の時を生き続けることを選択した青年のお話なんです。
These two lives in their names. Renee versus the concept of samsara, and one cycle of death and rebirth. So sooner first she's opposite, living in the moment.
きっと今でも二人は巡り合う時を待っているのでしょう。
She said chose to stay frozen in that one instant. I imagine they're still out there waiting to meet again, even now. The entire story is important. It is extremely important to the overall part of the game. The novel, visual novel. The anime follows it too, but the anime does it a little differently. Even now, I'm positive from here on out as well. Forever? Oh, that has to be right in the feels.
茶化さないでください。
Clarify it, please. How does all that relate to the families?
御三家の活躍が語られるのはどちらかというと後日談的な部分ですね。
Oh, the families I add the legend much later.
輪廻という呪われた存在。梅門病患者を出してしまったその集落は他の集落から迫害されてしまうことになります。
I really learned Renee apparently cursed soup by soon. They began persecuting the entire community.
あとはすでにお話しした通りです。
There's history as I explained it to you before.
特別な力を持つ御三家は協力し合い、集落を守るために戦い始めます。
They bound together, the powers in an effort to protect the village.
それは同時に氷の中で眠り続ける刹那を守るためでもあり、いずれ生まれてくるであろう輪廻を守るためでもあります。
That's the village. They also hoped to protect Setsuna, who was still sleeping in the ice, and Renee, who would one to be born again.
言ってしまえば、御三家は二人のために存在し続けているんです。
But it's here that for their sake of the families still exist. Their lovers torn apart because of one sin they committed. People forgave them, though, and their distant descendants still wish for the pair's happiness. Through the ages, that wish was taking major forms, with the two lovers' names to be passed down. That part remains unchanged. When you think about it like that, it really is a pretty little fable.
くだらねえな。どうせ御三家の権威づけのための作り話だよ。
Little bull, but the family made the whole thing up stuff about this on the island. Hey, don't lose the lens of it. The Khan's right. In a certain sense, reality is much harsher than those who have you believe. Super syndrome isn't so much curse, it's a real disease from which people still suffer. The real senses created the two families, and its legend as a means of fighting the super syndrome. But now the legend has largely been forgotten, and the framework they built to contain these is still crumbling to pieces.
私は作り話でも構わないと思います。
Scripture my story is made up.
どんな時代でも人々には救いが必要です。私はガランド王家の名にかけてこの島を守り続けます。
Every age, people need a savior. I could see protecting the island in addition to the Garando name.
守る価値なんてねえって。こんな終わってる島。
We were saving. That's what I was done for.
終わろうとしている今だからこそ必要なんです。
Based on the age of extinction, that's why he's protecting. These are pretty much polar opposites. Oh, enough of the views don't actually seem to be in conflict. It's probably because they both feel the same way deep down. They both lament this island's decline, just like the namesake in the legend. Alright, I get it. I'll do something about it too. And then Sensei Setsuna.
はあ？あんたは氷の中で永久に眠ってろよ。
Why was those two block of ice at the other time?
そもそも刹那さんが人の道を踏み外さなければ呪いを受けることもなかったんですけどね。
So as soon as I saw it hadn't made that mistake, no one would have been cursing. Or the crown had fallen from me, Renee and I would have been able to be happy ever after.
惚れてねえよ。
I love anyone. Very could be cool. Things work out quite well in the fairy tales. Let's see the next one.
ほら、ちゃんと覚えておきなさいよ。
Next time we can pick up where we left off. A long one. How about that?